Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I just recently got this and this, if you can't tell, but I absolutely love them, and I've been wanting these done for quite a while now. It's been about a week since I've had them, and I got them done at the same time at a place called Sacred Ink. If you don't know where that is, it's in Bristol, Virginia. So I got them done about a week ago, like I just said, and I'm gonna insert some pictures, but basically when I first got this one, it did start swelling like right away, and you have to get used to it because you have a foreign object in your face, and it's quite hard to talk when you first have it. So as far as the pain, which is probably like the #1 question, again, everybody's different. I myself think I have a pretty high pain tolerance, and I just want to say these, especially this one, were really bad. Like, I have my septum done, which I think I'm going to retire for now, just because I got these, and I don't want to look too crowded on my face. But as far as the pain level, I would say this one was they're probably both equal in pain, but this one was probably a 7 or 8. Like, it was really bad. And my septum was probably like a 3. It wasn't, probably only like a 2, because I didn't really feel that pain. And along with my nose piercing, really hurt. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be painful. You're going to have 2 needles in your face, so it's going to hurt somewhat. So just keep that in mind. Now the pain obviously goes away. I'm also going to put a clip of me getting the piercing. This one, I didn't film this one, but when they put the jewelry in, the pain is pretty much gone from there. You just have to deal with all the swelling and, aftercare and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that video in.
You want to check the camera, make sure that's good on there? Yep. Okay, darling, are you ready? Mm-hmm. I need for you to just sit super still. Got a small lip, okay? Alright, 1, 2, 3. You okay? Yep. This is a teeny tiny piece of jewelry. I've got to put my head in front of your camera. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like a champ, sister. You okay?
Mm-hmm. Is it good?
So in that video, she had already marked it, and we looked at it for a little bit to make sure it was even. And she told me that my lips are a little bit like uneven, so she lined it up with the center of my nose, which lines up with my face. So if you look at it, of course I line my lips too, so it looks pretty even with my face. And again, it's still a little bit swollen, not too much, but it is still healing. It's gonna take like at least a month before I can take the jewelry out, but now there is a little indent just from that bottom piece. And that's just because obviously there's a little bar there that's going to be pushing into your lip as it's swelling. She also put in a smaller gem. She was going to put in a larger silver ball, but I just wanted like a small little gem like my nose piercing. So she did that, and we had to watch and make sure that it didn't, you know, get embedded in my lip while it was swelling. So that's another thing you need to watch out for if you do decide to get a smaller gem at the top and a shorter bar. I'm going to insert some pictures of the day that I got it. It was actually the evening of that day where it's pretty swollen, and I'm just going to show you what the inside looked like. Yeah, so. That first picture, it looked really, really uneven, so I was kind of freaked out about that because when she made the dot and we looked over it, it looked even to me. But then when I got home, I was like, that looks awful because I'm pretty OCD about things being even and symmetrical. So especially with something right in the middle of your face, I wanted it to be even. And so I messaged her. I was like, what's going on? She's like, well, we both saw the marking. She pierced it right on, and swelling is going to make it look off center. So just keep that in mind also, that when you get your piercing, it's going to swell. It's going to move your lips around. It's going to make it look way off to the side when it's really not. So wait at least a month. And if it's not like fully healed or not in the right position, I would go and talk to your piercer again about that. But looks pretty good right now. Again, still a little bit of swelling. Now I'm going to go in how to take care of your piercing right after you get it pierced. The number one recommended thing that I have used this for years with all my other piercings. This is the best stuff and will heal your piercings so well. I got this at my piercing shop for only $10, but I think it's on Amazon for $11 or $12. It's a 4 fluid ounce can, has a little spray thingy. It's purified ocean salt water. It's H2 Ocean. I swear by this stuff. It is the best stuff for healing. Basically just take a Q-tip and I'll just go ahead and demonstrate it for you guys. Okay, so take a Q-tip, just don't spray it too hard because it will go everywhere. Just do it enough to soak up the Q-tip end, and you want to take your tongue and push up the bar. And you want to take off all the little crusties that you'll get. That just means it's healing. And I did take off. I don't know why I keep saying take up. I took off some of my lipstick. So that's going to be wonky now. So for the underside, I just basically just spray it in your mouth. It just tastes like salt. It's nothing bad. It's oral for oral piercings and for any other piercings, but you can just spray it all over and kind of just move your bar up and down to get it all the way through the skin. And then for the nose, I just spray the other end. Make sure you use a different end for different piercings. So I just go in and then just wipe around it. And then I'll usually take a whole other Q-tip and go inside just so I'm not touching every single part with the same Q-tip. So it's pretty easy. This is just one of those L-shaped bars, and I'll do a whole other video when my piercings are healed about how to take those out and put them back in. So yeah, I am absolutely in love with these piercings. I'm gonna change this to a hoop when it's healed. You can get it pierced with a hoop, it just depends on your piercer, but I asked her, and she highly, highly recommended that I do a stud first and then let it heal and then change to a hoop, because it can heal, it can take longer to heal if you have a hoop in, and it's just harder to clean and all that. So I just decided I'm going to take the easy way out, since I've never had a nostril piercing, and just go with a stud and do a hoop later. So now I do want to say I had my boyfriend help me with this. I think it was the second day. It was really, really badly swollen. Like, I thought this was going to get embedded into my lip. So my piercer said to change it to this little silver, if I can find it, little silver ball in there. Right there. Ignore my nails, please. Just ignore my nails. But the ball is obviously a lot bigger than that. That's the one she was going to pierce me with. She said if it does get really swollen, and I think this is, if you think it's going to get embedded into the skin, just change it to that. So I was trying to do it, and I would recommend getting a second person to help you with this, because this is really, really tiny and really hard to screw back in. Anyways, so I told my boyfriend to come in and help me, because I just couldn't get a good grasp on it. So he thought that I was asking him to take out the whole bar, and I wasn't. He didn't know that. So he ended up taking out the whole bar. I was like, oh my god, I need to get this back in before it like swells shut and everything. So that was, trying to get that bar back in was so painful, like so painful. But I finally got that ball on, and I left it on for a day or two. And ice, that's another thing. You need ice to help heal. Just leave it on your lips. It feels so great when it's swollen. Take some aspirin. But obviously I ended up putting my little diamond stud back on when the swelling went down, just because I think having the smaller one in is cuter. It's just your personal preference. But I have some Bioplast, is it Bioplast? Like the little silicone bars, just so it's not metal scraping against my teeth or anything, or my gums. I'm really afraid of receding gums with this piercing, because I have heard that if the bar is constantly scratching against your gums, they will end up receding. So I ordered some Bioplast bars. I'm going to be putting those in once this is healed completely. So excited about that. And let's see what else I have. So the cost. I only paid $25 for each of these, so it was $50 total. Also want to, excuse me. Also want to note that you really should tip your piercer. I tipped her $10, $5 for each one. That's a pretty good tip in my opinion. So always tip your piercer. If you're going to any kind of salon or piercer or tattoo, whatever, always tip anyone that is doing a service for you. It's just common courtesy. It's nice. Just do it. Do it. Especially if they take the time to go over everything with you, make sure everything's perfect. Just give them a tip. They deserve it. They have to deal with so many people that I'm sure they've dealt with a lot of bad people. Also, I want to note that she said I took everything like a champ, so I'm happy about that. Also, if you see me like with my lips weird, it's whenever I smile, the bar like gets stuck on my gum like that. And that's what I think that's what causes the receding gum, so that scares me a lot. And I constantly have to like push it up because the bar's too long right now. So keep that in mind. change it to a shorter bar once it's healed. What else? I think that's it. The gauge. I don't think I mentioned it. She pierced my nose with a 20 gauge, and I believe she pierced this one with a 16 gauge needle, hollow needle. So I believe. I mean, I know for sure that this one is a 20 gauge. Pretty sure the standard piercing needle size is 16 gauge for a Medusa. So, in case you're wondering about that. So I think that's all. If I think of anything else, I will put it in. But again, really happy. I think it's really cute and dainty, and I'm just really excited about it. I keep wanting to do this. It's just a habit now. I just take the bar and I don't know, it's just a habit. But anyways, I won't be able to do that with a shorter bar, so I will do another video probably on the pros and cons of these piercings. If you have any other video recommendations, let me know. Any questions, I would be glad to answer them down below. Yeah, I just want to let you guys know, if you are planning on getting this piercing, a nose piercing, whatever, just don't listen to anybody else. If they have negative things to say about it, just do it. If you've been wanting it, do it. Don't listen to all the negativity. If you think you don't have the right nose shape or face shape, trust me, I thought for years that I would not look good with a nose piercing or even a septum piercing. But if you have a nose, which I'm hoping you do, if you don't have a nose, I'm sorry. That's kind of weird. Anyways, if you have a nose, you're gonna look good with it. So don't listen to anybody. Don't think that you're ugly or can't wear a piercing because you have a different nose shape. I think anybody looks good. So it's just all about confidence. If you don't have confidence, then that's sad, because you're all beautiful and you should just do what you want. I had a lot of people that disagree with facial piercings, and I do this for myself because I think it's cute. I'm an adult, so I can pretty much do whatever I want. I'm not trying to be like rebellious or anything. I just think piercings are cute.